Hello. Yes, welcome to the Standpoint this year. We are women on the move, and we mean business. We are going to places no matter what comes our way. Yes, we may stumble and fall, but we will rise and keep moving. We will soar no matter what people say or what people try to do to us. You know why? Because we are women on the move. Do you believe you are women on the move?
Yes.
Are you women on the move?
Yes.
Okay, today we do have a show for you. It's a one-on-one with one of my favorite ladies in the public space. She's faced so many challenges. You think you know her story. All you see is the glory. Today, we'll find out how she has managed to ride the storms of controversies, especially in this GH of ours. Riding the storms of controversies, Kafui Danku's story. Yes, you're sitting up now. Well, my name remains Gifty, and to welcome to the Standpoint, let me say thank you to GTP for my cloth. My dress today is made by Chic Collection. Let me say thank you to Paba Cosmetics. They provide the makeup products, and Makeup and More applies the makeup for us. My hair is by Duffy's Hair. We take a break. When we come back, we get to meet Kafui Danku and find out how she is riding the storms of controversies. We'll be back. Welcome back to the Standpoint. Well, today we are talking to Kafui Danku, getting to know her up close and personal. Get to hear all the controversies and what she makes of it. Well, this year, you know, our theme is Women on the Move. The woman on the move matters to us, and you need to be on the move as a woman. Remember, you add value to yourself no matter what you do. Let me say thank you to our sponsors, Walmart Africa. They produce Phytol cooking oil. Phytol, you know, is good for you. And in every woman on the move, you need to get Phytol cooking oil in your home. And then they also produce Fortune rice, which comes in 3 types. The green package one is very good for soft dishes. That's omutu and rice water. And then the orange package one, excellent for wachi. Wine package one, my favorite one, is for jollof rice and fried rice. We also say thank you to African Women's Development Fund, AWDF. They support African women's rights organizations across Africa. Remember, this program is also aired on ABN TV, which is across Western Europe, parts of Canada, Asia, and North Africa on Sky Channel 235. And our website, www.thestandpoint.com.gh, is powered by Dream Oval. Kafui Danku is here with me in the studio. Good to have you.
Good to be here. It's really good to be here.
Well, looking pretty as always.
Thank you. Trying to be like the best. I mean,
how's life been for you so far?
It's been, I would say, amazing. Yeah, because everything worked together for the good, and I'm moving forward. Still looking forward to see what's in the future.
How's baby Lord doing?
Oh, she's very well. Thank you. She's very well.
Comparing life now and before Lord came?
I want to believe that a lot of people, or some people know part of the story. Of course, there's been a difference. I mean, there's a new addition to the family. There's a new lifestyle. There's a special doll at home. So definitely there is a difference, which is
Do you feel
good.
any different? Do you feel better fulfilled as a human being? I don't like to say woman because even men, when they have children too, there's something that changes. But
as a human being,
do you have more? Yeah,
yes,
more fulfilled.
Of course I do. Because it's something. It's one of the things that I've been working on. Also, that came to pass. So definitely, I feel fulfilled. I feel like I've moved a step forward. Right. I've done something, or I've achieved something that I looked forward to, or I worked towards.
So Lord just didn't happen?
No. Lord, it didn't just happen. I think I told a part of the story. You know, a lot of people get tested, and then there is a testimony.
Yeah.
I got tested. I talked about the testimony, and I got tested after the testimony. People don't know about it. I told you about the book I'm writing. I'm going to tell that part of the story. It's even bringing tears to my eyes already.
I know. Feeling very emotional.
Anyway.
How long were you married for before you had Lord?
I think I had Lord in the 5th year.
The 5th year?
Yes.
So you married for 5 years before you had it. How was it like?
Oh,
Waiting for the child.
Okay, I would say, sometimes when you're in God's waiting room,
I like that. God's waiting room.
Yeah, a lot went on. I mean, behind the scenes with me, mentally, and every other thing. But I had to be strong.
You talked about. I read somewhere talking about the number of miscarriages you had before you finally had a child.
I had a stillbirth first. I had a boy that I saw that lived for a few minutes and died, and then I lost 3 pregnancies before Lord. So you can imagine how the journey has been. Yeah.
Were you scared when you got pregnant with Lord?
It was, my nerves from day one were all over the place. I went through so many challenges, especially the first 3 months before finally Lord arrived. So sometimes people don't really understand what you've been through when you tell your stories, and someone look at it with the other side instead of really understanding the journey.
Right.
They don't. So definitely.
And the surprising thing is when you're excited and celebrating your baby, they feel that you're doing something. You know, I identify with your story.
I know that's about actually we were closer.
Yeah,
closer than we were. Yes. So definitely, I mean, there's a lot to talk about. Baby Lord, her blessing indeed. How does her father feel about her? Sometimes he gets suddenly his energy level has even come up. I get tired and he's so on, like he's been overly supportive. I mean, he's always telling me, Kaf, she's a miracle. She's an angel. She's a miracle. She's an angel. So you can imagine the love
you had for her. You said your first child was stillborn.
It was a stillbirth.
Stillbirth. Did you give birth to him premature?
Yeah, premature. He was at 28 weeks or so.
28 weeks, and you saw.
I saw him.
You saw him.
I even have pictures of him with my chain and everything. I look at it from time to time.
Why?
It's on my laptop. My husband doesn't like it, but it's a memory. It's a part of the journey.
So, I mean, they left for a few
hours, a few minutes.
Few minutes.
Yeah.
So when they showed him to you, did you know that he was not going to survive? Did they say anything to you?
Okay, I'll tell you this. What happened? It was like a premature labor. Went into labor, you're knocked out. They took the baby out, whatever. You slept and then you woke up. That was my first time experiencing labor. So when I woke up in the bed, I saw people around me. I thought I was dead. I didn't want to believe I was alive. For what happened, that pain was my first time experiencing such a pain. And then my cousin was like, "Are you okay?" I remember what he said. I said, "Where's the baby?" So they brought the baby wrapped up nicely, as if he's alive. And then they were holding the baby. I said, "Okay, let me see him." They were still holding the baby. Everybody was just looking at me. Then I knew
something had happened.
So I had a stillbirth. I mean, that story too.
You had him here?
No, in the States.
In the States, okay, in the States. You've come a long way. You were a strong woman.
You are too. I've been telling you, I've learned a lot from you,
No, but I take that, but you're a very strong woman. To go through all this and then to hear all that being said about you during that period.
That is why I shared a part of my story. Because in this society that we are, to some people, if you don't have a child at a certain age, your opinion doesn't count. Yet, you don't know what the person has been going through. Nobody's perfect. Like the fact that we all have voices. Like I saw this quote somewhere that we all have voices, but not everybody can sing an opera or a certain time. So you don't expect people to move at a certain pace that you want them to move. So I just want people to know and believe and know to accept that their ways are not supposed to be our ways. They should accept, they should live and let live. The negative comments and this was really getting to me, was annoying. It's at a point. And there are some people too who had children who cannot even take care of their kids and would, talk to somebody about not wooing and all that. It was so annoying. I had to talk about it. Yes, that was why I shared a part of the story.
How did you meet your husband?
We met so many times. We met at the conference center. We met on a plane. We keep meeting so many times. About 3 or 4 times. Finally, we started really talking. Yes.
Yeah. But you knew he was the one.
Yes.
I see that. Did you see the smile on her face? That woman is still in love.
Yes, it's true. No, it's because I've never seen a man so accommodative like him, who's always concerned about you being happy. You have to be happy. He's an amazing person. Yes.
What's his full name?
I know he's stuck on your picture. his dog. I love him to be dog.
Okay.
So I think that will work.
And you've been married for 5 years?
No, it's been 6 years now.
6 years now, and still going. Okay.
So
Now, for me, I first saw you in one of the, I don't remember, I said, oh, this is a pretty young lady in the movie. Then suddenly, I heard you producing your own movie.
Right.
And then the next thing I heard about when Lord came and, you know, of course, the exciter was happy for you, saw the other in the pictures. And then suddenly they said you were, showcasing your daughter too much and all that. You know, I'm going through the same showcase, but they haven't seen anything. They are continuing to showcase it. They don't know my story.
Exactly.
You know?
They have no idea. You know, my problem is, this part of the world, we pray for something, God. And then even in the Bible, there's a psalm that I prayed with a lot. I've forgotten the number. That says, I will show forth your glory, your goodness. I will talk about it to the world. And now you've prayed for this beautiful thing that finally happened to you, and you're hiding.
You're hiding.
From who? No,
because
from who? The devil or the before. But we're the same people who go to church and sing and say Jehovah has the final say. Does that mean we don't believe Jehovah has the final say? You know, so I don't get it's ironical. Sometimes I'm like, okay, we pray for this, we promise God, we're like, okay, you want to show forth his glory. The story changed to his glory. So definitely, to me, that's what it's about. Most of the time when I post, people send me messages, you know, saying, Lord is doing, it's giving me a lot of hope that it's going to happen to me soon. The emails, and I keep encouraging each other. So people say, I'm showcasing.
So you look at the positive side.
Oh, of course.
Let me take a break. When we come back, we'll find out where you are coming from.
Okay.
How you just came on the scene and everybody's going Kafui Danku. While you're watching The Standpoint again, I say thank you to GTP for my cloth. My dress is by Shika Geoglavy of Chic Collection and makeup product by Paba Cosmetics. My hair is by Duffy's Hair and makeup applied by Makeup and More. We'll be back. Welcome back to The Standpoint. My guest today is Kafui Danku, and we're finding out how she's riding the storms of controversies, especially in the field that she finds herself. Well, I say thank you to House of Foods, Cake Technique, Veraldo, Pear Malt Drink by Casa Preco Company Limited, Gogot Yogurt. As a woman, I always tell you, yogurt is good for you, and go for Gogot Yogurt. You try it and trust me, you won't go in for any other yogurt again. And EcoSpa Mineral Water. Water is life. Matamis gives us the port. Lalala fresh fruit juices. Lalala fresh fruit juices. They also help refresh our guests and our audience. Thank you to Yap Cleaning Services who keep our environment clean. Kafui, where are you coming from? How did you get here?
I'm from the Volta region, Ho. I mean, people have asked me so many times. I was born and bred in Ho. I did most of my growing up in Ho. And the journey actually started for me from Miss Ghana. When initially I had so many questions on my mind. Back where I come from, where you can't ask so many questions when you're expected to leave a certain way.
So you were a typical girl from Ho?
Typical, like very aware. Some of my friends call me a wettic woman. Or my behavior is so erratic. So I'm from a very Ho. That's why I was born and bred. I did a lot of my growing up there. Okay. So I was curious. So I got to a point I had to play the stubborn card to be able to get where I am today. I had so many bridges to cross. So it started by, when I want to ask questions, why this has to be this way, why you can't say certain things, why you can't talk. And I used to read a lot. So I read and then I get curious, I read and I get more curious. And then finally we got a TV and then finally we started watching Miss Ghana those days, Embassy Club, something like that. Yeah. People dancing and Miss Ghana. And I thought it was really cool. You see women coming, stand in front of people to talk. So I got really curious, started asking people, okay, how can I do this? How can I do this? Oh, it's quite easy. But then I'd grown. And then coming from where I come from, there's no way you can do that. Nobody will back you. Nobody will support you. So I had to play the stubborn card and go take part in Miss Ghana. by not telling anybody until I placed. That was when they saw what I started doing.
So you entered from the Volta region?
No, from Accra.
From Accra.
But then I was in school in Cape Coast.
In Cape Coast, okay.
So I came to, I think I went to audition in Takoradi also.
Which school?
University of Cape Coast.
University of Cape Coast,
That was,
okay.
yeah.
So you're a university graduate?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
What did you study?
Bachelor of Arts.
Bachelor of
English
Arts.
and Classics.
Oh, okay. So she went to university, right? You've heard the
English
stories,
and
haven't
Classics.
you? Yeah. She went to university. Okay. Okay.
So it actually started from like Miss Ghana. It got me really exposed. I learned a lot. Though I didn't win, I learned a lot. And then I wanted to do more than just being a Miss Ghana finalist. So I got curious again, wanting to tell stories, wanting to share my opinions, wanted people to hear what I have to tell, my side of the story, etc. And I decided to share what I have learned with people. Or also I want to live the lives of people to see how the other have lived sometimes. So I entered into film, acting. And
but why did you choose the acting? Because there were so many ways you could have. You could have written books. You could have, you know, be a blogger or whatever. You know, you wanted to be. Why the film?
TV is very powerful.
Yeah.
Like I said, growing up, I was wondering. I mean, we had radio. I didn't really bother about how the people's voice. I was concerned about TV, how the people were. It was very powerful because sometimes the person says something, like, oh, I watched this movie and this person said this. And I mean, people get to learn just because somebody said this in a movie.
Yeah.
You know, so I know it's very powerful and impactful. It's easier for people to grab than maybe writing a book. Some people are lazy to read. Yeah. People who don't even like reading like to watch movies sometimes. So
you just chose the
exactly.
acting. And what did you do? You went to apply, or somebody identify you, or
I attended
you
so many
auditioned?
auditions. Yeah, I attended quite a number of auditions. I was in between Cape Coast and Accra, attending auditions, Ho and Accra, attending auditions, etc. And finally, I got my first role from Venus Films production, Agony of the Christ. I played one scene. I played one scene. No, I love it. So my friend even saw, instead of just applauding, oh, Charlie, that's a step you've started. You're like, oh, one scene per. You know, just trying to kill your spirit right there.
Right there.
And then I felt so embarrassed and so bad. But I said, oh, but I had lines, so I talked, you know, that kind of trying to defend it.
Yeah.
And then I went back telling another friend of mine that, oh, my friends are laughing. Oh, they said, only one scene. Said, you know, those people that are laughing, what have they done before? I said, actually nothing. Have they, okay, what are they doing? Who are they? And the person I'm speaking to is somebody. I said, okay, that's how it operates. Me, I think, is a step. You know, so you should, pray for a bigger role next time, or work towards a bigger role next time. And that actually woke me up. I'm like, okay, yeah, it's true. Yeah. People who hardly do nothing, see things wrong with, or try to bring you down, try to just kill your spirit right there.
If they were busy, would they have time to?
Yeah, exactly. So that's how, that was how I even started learning about looking at the brighter side of the story or things.
Yeah. And what motivated you to go into the production yourself? Because some people were saying that you weren't getting roles. That's why you started producing your own movies.
Not at all. The thing is, I'm a fast learner. Aunt Gifty, I don't see how I think you have a bank account, so many of them. I don't see how you can own a bank and then you have the chance to own a bank and you say, no, I want to be a teller or Charlie. I don't know how that is possible. I learned so fast. I had some people who taught me so fast. Now I can produce. I can tell stories that people are not telling. Right. I mean, creativity can be used up. We can only get better. You know,
that's why this year, I mean, we made it our theme to push this agenda that women will have to be on the move.
Right.
You can't stay in one place forever.
Exactly.
Even if it's the same job or the same place you're working at, you need to improve upon yourself, be moving through the ranks. I know somebody who started as a receptionist and now owns her own media empire.
So when people say, okay, her receptionist job was, I don't know how to say that.
Nobody was coming to greet her.
So you see, it's funny. You see, exactly. Like you're an actor, you work hard. Oh, now you're producing. Maybe you learn and now you're directing. Like, what can be more beautiful?
We don't know how to appreciate.
I know.
You know, our own.
I know. Well, serious. I go maybe when I travel, like people ask me, "Your producer, so how are you able to put it together? How they're curious. They won't know how you. They think it's a big deal. You know, how are you able to do this? Because even grabbing my lines is difficult. And now you have to like logistic bring people together, different people to come and argue. How are you able to do that?
You know, you just said something that really struck me. I mean, you're a very intelligent young woman. He said,
Thank you.
How would you say that I will remain a teller when you have the opportunity
to own a bank? Does it make sense? Or you don't want to grow. Or you just want to go to...
No, sometimes
except you don't want to grow.
Don't you think that sometimes it's fear, especially women, it's fear that keeps us in one place.
Exactly. I'm happy you're mentioning this. True. Because there's been instances where I was afraid to make a move. I was afraid to lose my spot if I do this. What if it doesn't work? Yes. And my brother, this thing has always been on my mind. There was a time, he was interested in this other younger neighborhood that's quite older than him. So my stepbrother said, Charlie, but she is older, or maybe what if I go and she bounces me? And my younger brother said, there are two things involved. It's either she bounces you or she wouldn't. So it's always been on my mind. If you want something, say, okay, know that you can get it or you cannot get it. So you go, give it a try. If you get it, fine. If you don't, maybe you learn. Next time, say, okay, I have to use this tactics. Maybe this one will work. Okay, let me go again. You know? Yeah. So that got me. I think that has been getting me going.
Kafui, were you worried when you made the decision that this is the man I want to be with?
I wasn't
know that he's
worried.
a foreigner and, older than you and all that.
I wasn't worried at all because, of course, I've been with younger people before him. And I have seen, it's not even about, that's as I'm saying, that we don't date races or we don't marry a race. You marry an individual, maybe from a certain race, but it's an individual. It's about how that person relates to you and respects you, what he thinks about you, how he supports you, etc. So that is what I didn't get worried about.
Your family, nobody had any issues?
Of course, my parents had issues. Like my dad called me on a one-on-one talk. It was an hour. It was like 1 good hour talk, yes. Even my mom, made a few quizzes around people. There were so many things before they.
But you convinced them that this is
what you want.
I
did, yes.
And I'm sure now they are happy for you.
Oh, they are happy. And when I went to GDA, my mother said, hey, Charlie, I'm just thinking, if we were to be married to somebody else, maybe they wouldn't have been this patient with you. Yeah. Maybe, yes. Because I have friends that their own husbands can tell them, you haven't been giving birth, you're here talking, blah, blah, blah. And the marriage is just a year old or two. Or, Charlie, I can't stand that. That's Gifty. I don't know how somebody can look me in the eye, knowing that we're in this together. It is our job.
Yeah.
One woman cannot produce a child.
Yeah.
It's, and then you can look at me and tell me, it's disrespect.
And some people,
I can't be with such a person.
Yeah, their husbands abandon them. They leave them.
You see? And go impregnate somebody else.
Yeah.
And so it's not about age. It's about, like I said, who understands, who supports, who sees, how worthy you are, what you're worth, and is willing to spend so much or to go through all these challenges and everything with you. Because we go and we say it's for better, for worse. But I think a lot of people don't even... We've seen the young marriages.
Oh, please.
We've seen the young marriages.
I know.
We know how long they last.
Yeah. Now, how have you been able to ride the various controversies that come against you? Did some of them really get to you?
Initially, what was it even about? There was something about my BlackBerry issue initially. So I had this...
Your phone?
Yeah, no, a picture I was taking on my BlackBerry and put it on the internet. And the lambasting, the bashing, people were calling. I have friends from the UK who was calling me, hey, have you seen this? The thing was getting to me. So I went to talk to this friend who was managing me at that time. She said, no, this is how these things are. Oh, you don't know. Oh, you're worried. So she coached me, and then I added all those things. Or if it's one, it's two. Or if you go, you either get bounced or not. So them sample will accept you, others would not. And then I also I read about something where they said, sometimes no matter how you please somebody always sees something wrong. Yeah. And then recently I listened to one of Otabel's preachings on the radio, and he said, "We make try uti and give it to them," and they go like, "Uti kanyefe." Yeah. So it means you can't please everybody. You can't please everybody. So that also got me going. So now I had to just turn a blind eye to that side.
Would you say you learned the hard way?
Yes, I did. So I realized social media has given, people are very mean on social media. Yeah. Especially lately. They say the meanest, most wicked, very wicked things. And these are people I'm sure when they see in the face, they can't say that to you. But they hide behind and they write. So now I'm coming thinking, okay, fine. If you are tough, and maybe you would tell me. But you go and hide. I don't even know who's writing. Maybe some strange name. Yeah.
And are you worried about Lord?
Not at all.
Growing up in this environment, growing up and coming to here, the industry that you are, right, the nasty things that people will say about you and all that. Do you worry about that?
She has been a little warrior from day one, from the womb. We've been through a lot. A lot is tough. I mean, others came, they couldn't stay. Yeah. She stayed on, she fought, and she's out here. So she's been I wouldn't say a fighter, a warrior from day one. So I know definitely she's going to be fine. She would,
The Standpoint is sponsored by Wilma Africa. They produce frito cooking oil, and then they also produce Fortune rice, which comes in 3 types. The green package one, very good for mutuo and rice water. Orange package one, excellent for wache. And finally, the wine package one, jollof, fried rice, and all the nchichi rices, that you need to prepare, in your home when those special guests are coming, or you want to, have a special moment at home with your family. That's what you prepare with. Thank you to African Women Development Fund, AWDF. They support African women's rights organizations across Africa. We take a break. When we come back, what is the way forward? Now, Kafui is taking on so many fights. She's fighting her own fight and fighting for other people as well. We'll be back. Alrighty, welcome back. The Standpoint is supported by House of Foods, Gogot Yogurt, Cake Technique, Eco Spa Drinking Water, Veraldo Pear Malt Drink by Casapreco Company Limited, Lalala Fresh Fruit Juices, Yep Cleaning Services, Matamesi, and they give us the pot, and we are so grateful to them. Kafui, what's your most favorite moment with Lord? Baby Lord.
There's been so many favorite moments. So far, I have not. Okay, maybe when she's sleeping. When I can get to really admire everything, when she's
How did you feel when they gave her to you?
It's inexplicable. I don't know how to explain it. I don't know how to explain it.
The first 3 days, did you sleep?
No.
It just
I didn't sleep. I'll call the nurses, bring her, put her here. I said, let's do some more skin to skin. There's something they call skin to skin bonding.
Yes.
Let's do some more. So she'll sleep here all night. And I won't sleep. I'll just keep watching and opening her palms, opening her eyes. Looking. I was really dramatic.
Yeah,
a little bit
you
dramatic.
had to be. You had to be. Anyway, let me go to the audience. Okay, let's start with this lady.
Please, my name is Efie Japama. You're a very beautiful lady, and then coming up and looking at the industry you find yourself, most of the times people have the perception that before you come up progressive like this, it's either you give yourself to your managers or producers before they actually keep you in the race. So did you encounter such problems?
This thing is everywhere. People trying to trade sex for whatever is everywhere. But I don't know why they talk about ours a lot. Maybe I think because we're on your screens. So there's a lot of attention on ours more than... Personally, I don't know if you've read quite a number of my interviews. I always say that I'm God's favorite child because I didn't have to go through that. Even though people had to complain to me about so many things. I've heard so many stories, and I haven't gone through it. But there's one thing also I've realized, that if there can't be a producer without an actress, there can't be an actress without a producer. So if you're really talented, if you have something tangible, you don't need to sleep to get a role or anything. They need you if you have what they want.
I want to be an actress just like you.
Right.
So what advice would you give me if I want to be like an actress just like you?
I would like to know, what was that big challenge in your life that placed you on board to get to this level? Or were you just waiting in the lost waiting room, as you said earlier, and everything came, or you got out and you fight for your own thing?
Okay. That's a good question. Okay.
My name is Manuela. Listening to you, I realized that you have a relationship with your maker, a personal one. And being behind the scene, we normally hear people like actresses are wayward and parents don't want their children, their words to get into such things. So I want you to please tell the young ones and that as being an actor, on the screen, you can still have a personal relationship with God, and tell parents that it's still like show more light on it for parents to understand that you can still be in the industry and still fear God and still be goodly people.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Great. Okay, so we'll start with wanting to be an actress. What advice?
I was once like you. When I wanted to be actress, I was asking people questions. I attended auditions. I would even want to use this opportunity to address this issue. Social media has made us closer to a lot of people, or a lot of actresses or producers that in the olden days wasn't like that. There is also going the zeal to be able, the urge to be able to go to auditions, being rejected and going back again. So maybe it's not going to come easy. I can give it to you straight. You will get a lot of disappointment. People can even tell it to your face that you cannot act, or you are this, or you look like that, or you are too tall, or you are too short, or whatever. But I believe it's life. We're all not the same. So definitely there's a space for you if you do the right thing. So if you are determined enough to achieve that, you will achieve that.
Okay. And then the young man wanted to find out, what was that thing that pushed you to get here? Or you were just waiting in God's room and it happened?
Okay, you can't just be waiting when you're in God's waiting room, like I said, you can't just be there and dreaming and falling asleep. You still have to do something. There are things you have to do whilst waiting. That's what will make the journey complete. You just can't see it. Like, we all dream. You have a dream. I sleep, I have a dream. Or I have a dream that I'll become an actress one day. You wake up and you work towards that dream.
And then finally, the God factor.
Okay. I want to believe a lot of people misconstrue or maybe misunderstand a character on the screen to the real person. Maybe you see me or somebody or Jackie or whoever playing a very vicious character, like someone who's bad, snatching people's husband, stabbing them, killing people, poisoning people. No, we're just telling a story. That's not who the person is. But a lot of people misunderstand it. People misunderstand it totally. There's a difference between whoever you're seeing on screen and the real person. And then also, if you don't change in your ways, maybe you want to be an actor and you start getting wayward, coming back home, doing things you don't used to do, of course, they will be convinced that it is not good, it makes you wayward. But if you get better with God, they will understand that, reality, and then when you're on screen.
Inwardly, who is Kafui Danku?
Very, I would say I'm very simple.
Apart from
and
being
patient person.
rebellious and stubborn.
Very patient, very accommodative. I think my patience level is quite different. Yes, just one simple, ordinary woman who is patient and wants to do something. I just want to contribute. So that's who I am.
You're a romantic person.
The first time I traveled without my husband, I traveled alone when I was coming back. At the airport, my friends was in Giza and some other people. And at the airport, my husband was waiting with the flowers, with gifts, waiting to... God, I was feeling embarrassed. I was like, Charlie, what is all this? Oh, Charlie, there was a weird crossing in Papa.
Get that chick from home.
So I don't know. I don't know whether I'm romantic. I don't know. I don't think so.
That's your husband. Okay.
And then there was also this time, he got me a present and was like, oh, and that's what I've been saying. I don't like surprises.
Okay.
He put it under the bed. I was like, oh, Kaf, look, I found something. Look what I found. And I brought it out. I'm like, don't you know you scared me? You scared me. Instead of just being happy and, oh my God. I was so...
He understands
Yes.
that you can take the girl from home, but you can't take the whole out of the girl. I'm just glad that we are getting to know you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
What does 2018 hold for you?
You said I've been fighting. I've been fighting my fight and fighting for
Fighting
people.
other people's fight. You've taken on this child abuse.
The SHE program.
The SHE program. Yes, the SHE. Let's talk about the SHE program.
No, there was this time I was having a conversation with my friends. I know them, and they were talking about childhood growing up, neighbors, African parents bringing up people, etc. And then we started talking about sex and they talked about how they were abused sexually as children. And then all of them So anyway, and then I said, oh no, I haven't experienced that before, whatever. And he said, no, you're lying. All of them said I was lying. No. So I'm like, how can rape be something that must happen to
everybody?
So it got me curious. So recently I spoke to a lot of people, and then the 4-year-old got raped, and the God said the man is not guilty. So
according to the chiefs.
Yes, according to, and this is how, even imagine in the olden where there is no social media for us to know these things. So like, a lot of things have happened in the past. Yeah, so I think it is time that we need to educate people, women, children on sex. We need to know what our parts of bodies truly are, and what they are for, who's supposed to touch at what time, and all kinds of things we need to know. Yeah, there's been so many cases where the child will come, will struggle to report, and they go like,
yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I even, during this process, this thing that I've been talking about, one day my baby was angry, and I even thought about it. We confuse in talking to women about how they can reduce poverty. They can help reduce poverty.
Yeah.
Because you give birth to one child, I mean, she's not going to school, she can't have decent meals a day, and you give birth to another one. Something I can't even tell my wickedness.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's so bad. So I think they need to know something. I think maybe seeing people they adore on TV, coming to talk to them, maybe it might stick better. Yeah.
What about the movie industry?
Oh,
2018?
Yeah, 2018. I mean, this year I wanted to do something, but I couldn't. Time and some other challenges couldn't allow me. So definitely I'm carrying it on. I'm going to work harder. And I have some things in stock that I want to work on.
When you were growing up, what was the one thing that you really wanted to do that you couldn't do?
You know, so far I have
not achieved, that you couldn't do, you haven't been able to do so far.
Right. Maybe writing a book, which I'm working on.
Okay.
I'm working on it.
So it's coming.
Yeah, it's coming.
The book is
very
coming.
Soon.
The book is coming.
Yes, very soon. And so many other things I've been able to, even something I think maybe I'm not dreaming big enough. Or I need to dream bigger, because all the things I've thought about, some took time, but finally I experienced them. So I want to believe our instincts always tell us what we need to do. So sometimes it's okay to play the stubborn card.
Yeah. How many kids do you want to have?
I used to say 4, but now 2 is fine.
No, 2 is fine. Okay. 2018, may God perform another miracle. Amen. In Jesus' name.
Amen.
Amen to that. In conclusion, what's your final words to Ghanaians?
Oh,
and your
I would
fans
say
outside Ghana.
I am so thankful for the support, the nice words, even the criticisms. You know, everything that I believe all of them come together to make me who I am. So keep supporting Ghana movie industry. Keep supporting me. Keep sharing all kinds of stories that I can help. Build myself and the community with. And also look forward to my book, which will be launching very soon. And I would tell the full story of the biggest secret that I have been holding on to. I can't keep secrets, especially something that I know people are going through as well or have been through. There's something I need to really talk about in a book. So look forward to my book. And also sign up on my website, www.kafuidanku.me, for updates on what is yet to come. Thank you.
And Baby Lord, what is Baby Lord's page?
Baby Lord the First. Yes. If you want to see more beautiful pictures or videos of my daughter, Baby Lord, she's on Instagram as Baby Lord the First. So you can follow. Yeah, Baby Lord the First.
Kafui, thank you so much.
Thank you.
It's been a pleasure talking to you.
Oh, same here.
And I'm looking forward to that book.
Oh, yeah.
And hopefully we'll talk when it comes out. We'll come and talk about it before you launch it.
Definitely, absolutely.
I love you to bits, and I'm so proud.
Love you right back.
I have a special package for you from Wilma Africa. They want you to prepare something. What is Baby Lord's favorite food now?
Oh, she eats everything.
Everything. Good.
Yes.
Good girl. Good girl.
Everything.
Yeah, so we have a packet for you.
Ooh, thank
they
you.
even have a frying pan and a cooking pan.
They
have all the 3 types of their rices. They have frito, and they have this new oil called sunflower, XLR sunflower oil. Right. So everything is in there for you.
Okay, thank you.
And the 4 people who ask questions, you're also going to get some packages, surprise packages for you. Yeah, for you from Wilma Africa. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Auntie.
And may this year be exceedingly good.
Amen.
To you.
Amen.
Amen. We'll be back with a bit of me. You know, one of the first things my father said to me, one of the first advices he gave me after I appeared on TV for the first time, I remember 13th February 1997, GTV breakfast show, first ever morning show on TV. My father said to me, Nana, if you get 1 second on TV, on radio, wherever it is, whatever platform you get, even if it's 1 second, you make sure it counts. You make sure somebody remembers you for that 1 second you spent on that platform. Women on the move. What will you be remembered for? What are you being remembered for? Are you letting fear cripple you? Are you letting what people are saying make you become stagnant? Life has storms. Life has challenges. Life has many detours. There's nothing constant about life. There are ups and downs. But the one beautiful thing about life is that it is what you make it. It is what you make it. You can be in the gutter and you can make people feel like it is the best place to be. My dear, whatever your situation, make the best out of it and keep moving. Keep moving till you get out of that situation. If you don't like it, keep moving till you move up from where you are, even if you love it. Life is a process. It's a journey. And you don't make a journey sitting at one place. You don't make a journey sitting and lying at one place. You make a journey by making a move. One day at a time, one step at a time. You can never please everybody. We all know that. No matter what, even Jesus Christ had people opposing him. There are people who even say God is not God. There's no God. How much more you and I? So as for the challenges, we'll face it. As for the opposition, we'll face it. As for the criticism, the rumor, the betrayals, what have you, we'll go through it. But guess what? We'll keep moving. Oh, we'll keep moving because we have a greater purpose to fulfill. We need to make an impact. We need to be remembered for something. It doesn't matter who remembers you and how they remember you, but it has to be in a good way. Well, as always, my name is Gifty, and as for my super crazy faith, I am holding on tight. I'm not letting it go anytime soon. I will not let anybody steal my joy because my faith is all I have. Thanks for watching. See you same time next week. Bye for now.